It's Beer O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we're going to be taking a look at a bottle of Sainsbury's Taste the Difference American Style IPA coming in at 5% ABV. This beer has been brewed and bottled by Marston's Brewery in the Midlands. Here is a look at the bottle cap. Burton-on-Trent. It is the Midlands, isn't it? It's kind of like North Birmingham. There's the bottle cap. Right, without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. It took a bit of time, didn't it? What's the matter with the old bottle opener? Must be losing its... Anyway, beer in the glass. You got a 2 to 3 finger white head. Good levels of carbonation. Slightly hazy looking beer. Now, I'm going to be honest, very rarely do I cross pollinate, if you like, beer reviews. But we just did a rather delightful India Pale Ale, again by the Sainsbury's Taste the Difference range, again brewed by Marston's, and this one's a rebottled, rebadged Old Empire. It's 5.9% ABV. It's a bottle of Marston's Old Empire that's been rebranded for Sainsbury's. That's fine. It tasted good. I enjoyed it. A little bit of nostalgia there. But I'm standing here now reviewing the next beer, this 5% ABV American IPA brewed and bottled by Marston's, and I'm just standing here wondering, like, if that was Old Empire, what's this? Is this being actually brewed for Sainsbury's from scratch, or is it a Marston's beer? If it's a Marston's American style IPA, then I'm struggling to work out which Marston's beer it is. So that makes me feel, or think, that this has been contract brewed from scratch for Sainsbury's by Marston's. Let's get the aroma. Fair play, nice and zesty, some Cascade in there. Orange peel, grapefruit. Spiciness, pepperiness. It smells pretty good. It smells pretty good. Let's dive into this one. Cheers, everybody. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. They're a rather large brewery now, are Marston's, and they should be able to brew superb beer. This is a good beer. This is a good beer. I shouldn't be surprised. I think some of the regionals, they've taken a long time. They've taken a long time to adjust to what's been happening in the craft beer market. It's a bit like the car industry. The car industry, they move like dinosaurs. They barely move at all. But when they decide to do move, as in now they need to catch Tesla, and they all need to produce battery-powered cars, my goodness me, when these people decide to move, you know, it's a giant step forward. These people just move when they want to move, and then they just sweep the market before them. Look at all of the car companies now, Ford, Vauxhall, VW. They're all producing. Sunderland, Nissan, they just announced a battery plant up there. They've all gone, boom, right, we need to produce battery-powered cars to keep up with Tesla. And it's very much the same in the brewing industry. Very slow moving with the regional brewers. They've got their market, they sell their beer. They're making a massive profit. Why should they move? Why should they move? Why can't they stand still for a bit? And then all of a sudden, the craft beer market now all of a sudden starts biting into their profits, and then all of a sudden they go, right, we need to move. And then they kind of they start moving. And then when they start moving, they got the momentum, and then there's just no stopping them. So there has been a few false starts with IPA, American style IPA, New World IPA, over the years by all of the regional brewers, all of them. Green King, Marston's, Brains, Badger, they've all tried to brew American IPA. But I can honestly say, standing here now, that this is a rather good one. This is a rather good one. And maybe this is the dinosaur that is Marston's, making a giant leap forward into the craft beer world. It's got some passion fruit, some mango, there's some grapefruit in there, orange peel, kind of fleshy blood orange flavours. It's nicely carbonated. The carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth, releases more of the flavour. It's got light, crisp, malty flavours going on, like biscuity flavours. A little bit of sweetness to balance off that bitterness off the back end. It's quite impressive. It's quite impressive. It's not going to rub shoulders with the likes of Cloudwater and Verdant and all of your other kind of your Dayers, and it's not going to challenge those guys. But then again, this was about £1.80 a bottle compared to a Cloudwater or a Verdant probably coming in at about £5 or £6 a can. So there is a difference in price. And I tell you what, 5% ABV. I'm going to talk about my experience on the weekend. I bought a keg for my perfect draft. Drank the keg and ran out of the keg, and I wanted to drink another beer. I like a drink. I'm not afraid to say that. I like a drink. I like a drink on the weekend. So anyway, I grab a bottle of the Perlenbacher from Lidl, the Weiss beer. Come from 5.6% down to 5% ABV. Immediately, on opening the bottle, pouring it and starting to drink it, since they changed it to 5% ABV, it gives me an immediate headache. An immediate headache. I can feel it down the back of my neck. And it just gives me that sinking feeling of, oh. And it's not because I drank a keg of perfect draft, because I didn't drink it all to myself, and I'm not about to announce to the world I had a party on the weekend. But it wasn't just me drinking the perfect draft. It ran out rather quickly. So I opened the bottle of Perlenbacher, and I had an instant headache, and it was instant regret. Guinness does the same thing to me. Guinness does the same thing. Open a can of Guinness, start drinking it, all of a sudden, poof, oh, I feel rather ill straight away. I think if I had a Sainsbury's nearby me, for about £1.80 a bottle for a 5% ABV beer, I could drink 5 or 6 of these. 5 or 6 of these quite easily. It's tasty, it's well balanced, it's New World. What's not to like? And I tell you, Marston's have never given me that feeling that I'm going to get a really nasty hangover. I've never had that feeling from Marston's beer. And in fact, we all have a big Marston's pub in our towns these days. I've gone and had big sessions in my local Marston's pub. And I never wake up the next day and go, oh, I need a cup of tea, I need a round of toast. Never does that to me, Marston's beer. That's tasty. And I'm going to rate it. Aromatic and tropical, combining citrus and with soft pine notes, a full-bodied and hearty hoppy IPA. 5% ABV. I'd have no problem. I'd have no problem on a sunny weekend, on a sunny Saturday afternoon, buying 5 or 6 bottles of that and just enjoying the afternoon. I really wouldn't. I like that enough to give it, you know what, an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!